everyone, it's CL. So for today's video, I kind of want to talk about like where I was the 4 or 5 weeks that I fell off the face of the earth. I've mentioned this before, but maybe I'll dedicate this whole video to how I am a person that just doesn't deal well with stress. And I was thinking about this. So while I was on my little unplanned break, I was thinking about this. I was just like, maybe that's why I prefer to have like such a mellow demeanor, and I'm, you know, you can classify me as like a boring person, is because I just don't do well with stress. Like, and when stress comes, I don't know how to handle it. Like, I don't handle it well at all. So one of the things that I absolutely despise is when people have to follow up with me, like, hey CL, this report was due 2 or 3 days ago, where is it? Oh CL, you're supposed to do your parent homework for L's therapy, just following up to make sure that you did it. Like, I really hate when people have to follow up with me. I like to be that type of person that is really on top of things, that no one has to follow up with me because I'm reliable. And that not only for other people, but for myself. I need to feel like I have everything under control. And that's where things sometimes will start to spiral for me, when I start to really get stressed out. And it never fails that things tend to come all at once. Like, things hit me all at once and I was just feeling so overwhelmed. And when I get overwhelmed, I just shut down. It's like the worst time to shut down is when you have all these things that you have to do, right? It's like the opposite of what I want to happen. But when I get stressed out and overwhelmed, I shut down completely and I stop doing all the things I enjoy doing. Like, I stopped watching YouTube videos. Like, I barely watched any videos. Under normal circumstances, I watch a lot of videos every day, pretty much the majority of the day. Like, I always have something on while I clean. I always have something on while I'm doing a certain something. It's just always on because I like watching YouTube videos. It makes me feel good. I'm just curious, like, what everybody else is up to. And I stopped reading. Like, I would try to read and I would read like a chapter and I would enjoy it. I'm like, oh, that's a really good chapter. I really like this book. But then I would find that I would put it down and it would be hard to pick it up again. But not only pick up the book, but just like pick up myself. I find myself taking more and more naps, like feeling so tired. So there have been times where I would have to like count to 3, and on 3 I would tell myself to like jump out of bed, you know, like it's just that bad. And when you're in that mindset of being stressed, for me, it feels weird that I'm like this, and maybe everybody is like this. Maybe it is their like internal voice, but it feels like outwardly I feel so chaotic and out of control, but my mind is still telling me what needs to be done. Like, I was freaking out like one of the days, I'm sure that entire time I was gone, it's probably all of those days I was freaking out and feeling really stressed, and I can feel my body, like my heart rate increases, I feel jittery, I feel sore, I feel sick. My body was having all these feelings and emotions, and my mind was like, you need to calm down, and these are the steps that need to be taken, and once you take these steps you'll feel a lot better. But it was like my body and mind were at war. Like, they were so on opposite ends of the spectrum, and I couldn't seem to just get them on the same wavelength. Like, I knew what I needed to do, but it was so hard to get myself to do it, and I was just getting increasingly more stressed out. So even right now, like, I am starting to edit and post videos again. I feel like things are more manageable right now. Like, I'm on track with things, so that I feel really good about. But I don't feel like I'm 100% back to myself. Like, right now I feel like I'm 50%, and I think that's one of the things that helps me get back on track, is forcing myself to do things, like forcing myself to get out of bed, forcing myself to indulge in the things that I enjoy, like filming, editing, watching movies. Like, I didn't watch any movies. It was just crazy. I did nothing but like lay in bed until I had to get up and do the bare minimum. So that was really hard for me. And I am so that person that doesn't make plans on the weekend, because I feel like when you have too many set plans, it feels stressful in a way that you can't be flexible. Whenever people ask me like, oh, what are you doing this weekend? I'm like, every time I always say, oh, I'm just gonna like wing it. Oh, I'll just see what I end up doing. I don't really have anything planned. Is because when people make too many plans, like, oh, you have to be there by this time. Oh, you're gonna meet this person, so you have to get ready by this time. You have to leave by this time, and you have to get money because you have to refill your subway card. Like, it's just, sometimes it can be overwhelming, and I just like to go with the flow, because especially during the work week, we already have all these deadlines that we have to hit. We already have that set time we need to wake up, that set time we need to get ready, that set time we have to go to work and get all our deliverables out, that set time you have to go home and maintain your home and pick up your kid and do all that home stuff. Like, throughout the week, I'm already on this timeline where I cannot be flexible, because there's responsibilities, right? So on the weekend, I very much want to leave it flexible, because it's like a peace of mind for me. Like, I don't have to do anything on the weekend. I can literally do whatever I want, and that's a good feeling. I think if I had more days like that where I can relax, if I had more days where I can relax, I definitely would be a lot better off, you know? Not only that, it's like even like fun things I can get a little bit stressed out about. Like, there's no pattern that I can see that I can rectify for me to prevent reaching that level of stress to where I just become not efficient at anything, you know? During the time I was gone, my friend actually came out to visit from California for like 5 days, and she is someone who I look forward to seeing. I really enjoy her company. I really enjoy that she does come and fly out to see me and spend time with me. I really looked forward to her coming. Now, the problem is that yes, I had a whole lot of fun and I laughed and I enjoyed myself, you know, but when she left, I felt so dead. Like, I felt so exhausted. My body was so tired. I think I probably laid in bed for like 3 days just kind of recovering from it. Even though it was fun, it was also tiring and a little bit stressful in some senses. But that doesn't mean that I didn't enjoy it. I absolutely enjoyed her visiting. So that's what I mean, like, when I'm confused even with myself. Like, I enjoy the time, I'm having fun, but at the same time it feels stressful. Like, I don't have any answers, and that's why I tend to like disappear. So if ever, just a PSA for future, if ever I just disappear all of a sudden for like weeks at a time, it's just because in that moment I'm feeling overwhelmed. What is weird though is that I'm very much aware that I am someone that does not do well with stress. I'm very, very much aware of that. And I have watched like multiple TED Talks on like how to do better with dealing with stress. Instead of seeing stress as something that hurts your life, see it as something that helps you, you know, those type of TED Talks. And I have looked up like YouTube videos on like how other people deal with stress. And I have gotten better throughout the years, but I'm still far from knowing how to handle it when it becomes overwhelming. Like, I'm still a work in progress, you know? So I am starting to feel better. It feels really good to get videos out again, and I actually filmed quite a few and have a few that need editing, and I've even been posting on my second channel. And it was kind of nice that like the sun is actually out today. Like, I haven't seen the sun probably like in 3 months. So I'm just in a good place. In this moment, I am in a good place. I'm currently at 50%, but I feel like that percentage continues to increase every day. So, what is this video about? So I just kind of wanted to talk through like life and how it can be stressful. I have no answers. That's one thing you can take away from this channel, is I never have answers. So I have a lot of questions about life. I rarely have any answers. So I do enjoy the communities that I'm a part of though. So please, if you are someone who is really, really good at dealing with stress, leave me a comment down below what works for you, you know? I'm continuously on that journey of finding what can help me. So yeah, that is essentially my video for today. I just wanted to talk through things, you know? Thank you so much, and I will see you later.